So there's a dog who runs a newspaper stand, giving out mega lotto tickets, and an arcade just so I can play an upscale version of the Snake game while also being able to do this? Sign me up. Now for the folks in the back who have been under a rock or hypnotized by all the woo-wah hype, don't sue me, Kuro Games, I'm still gonna play ya. Zenless Zone Zero is dropping onto the scene with a bit of, well, with a lot of backlash. There's not as much content as people would have liked to see, and there was so much television, like, oh boy, I literally put on literal television while on the side trying to maneuver my way through Circuit City. Like the video if you know or have ever been to a Circuit City. It was taken away from us so fast. Well, now we're in 2024, and Zenless Zone Zero has brought us quality of life updates, new UI, new optimizations, cleaner combat, faster extensions, and ease of access to certain tutorial content to bring in all new players? I just can't believe we're supposedly so close to the release of this game because it just looks so good now. There are clear distinctions between its previous iterations, and the hope for this game is at an all-time high. Now, I know that there are Genshin killers coming out in the same quarter as ZZZ, however, it seems like an overarching narrative of this game stems from its previous beta tests, and unfortunately hasn't really been able to shake that off just yet. And the game isn't even out yet, like, come on guys. Now, this is the part where I stopped glazing the game and tried to ingest my red pill, but if you take a look at my hands, it's already gone. Zenless Zone Zero is going to be a solid addition to the franchise of juggernauts that is Genshin, HSR, and of course, Honkai Impact 3rd. To be honest, I'd like to think that a blend of Genshin and HI3 fans are going to have a ball with this game as it blends some of the best elements of combat into such a fast-paced game. But after playing 24 hours of the game and a majority of it being Snake game admittingly, what can you expect from this gacha? And why should I be a pioneer when I could just get on the bandwagon that is the other gacha games? Before I go any further, there's obviously nothing stopping you from even playing both games. But to be honest, as a game that I don't have to necessarily play actively like a Genshin and other open world games, and has some of the best visuals and combat that I've personally seen in the modern gacha era, you definitely want to pick up this game for 3 particular reasons. First, the Hoyo stamp of approval. Now in the past, I seem to recall in CBT3 of Honkai Star Rail that this game was going to be niche. It was not going to be for everybody. It was only going to be catered towards a more hardcore audience of strategy RPG enthusiasts. This game was going to fail. Well, Hoyo proved them wrong with storytelling at all levels for any gamer to enjoy and providing us some of the best storytelling of 2023. Thanks, Peak Coding. With Zenless Zone Zero, we're not only getting peak combat experience, but improved qualities of style, system optimizations, UI changes that still need tinkering, but they're there, and a whole new story with lore that we haven't seen this far out from a Hoyo game in a while, while still maintaining some great Easter eggs and XP's nods to the previous titles, and I wouldn't be surprised if the ZZZ team were to lean in more to appealing to the core Hoyo audience when it fully releases content. Second, the improvements. Although quite subtle with how they've changed the game, there have been so many optimizations that make the gaming experience so much better for the general gacha gamer. Many of the optimizations have come to realign certain systems, such as the gacha, equipment management, and formatting of combat systems to a product that is more already recognizable to the audiences of HI3, Genshin, and even to some extent Star Rail as well. So if you're thinking that this is a completely new game that you're taking a risk on, well, not necessarily, because the optimizations and the quality of life, it's already baked into the product, whereas it took Genshin about 3 years and, Star Rail just having taken the past year to finally hit its stride. Not only is this a good sign of a great product, but an even bigger sign of responsiveness and accountability by the devs. Which, if they can match the dedication of the devs of Honkai Star Rail, this game is going to be set down an amazing path. And finally, the third and most important part of any gacha, the characters. I'm not saying I have any bias, but female mechanics always go hard in any video game, like, I can't believe that these are my standard characters and you have a furry's wet dream. Robo lovers, and more. This game is clearly showing signs of great character design and a narrative that is prominently character driven, a Michelin star grade recipe that is only consistently craftable by the largest gacha game company in the world. But before we wrap up, make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell down below. I'll be taking these last few seconds to talk about what's going on with you, and me in the future. If you're interested or liking Zenless Zone Zero content so far, make sure to come back for our next video discussing more about the content of the game as we near its release. As well, for a lucky commenter in our ZZZ videos leading up to its release, we'll be giving away a few S-tier poll sessions for you to grab your favorite ZZZ characters. So stay tuned. And that proxies, we'll catch you in the next video. My name is Josh, and we'll see you in the Hollows.